apologize, but to tell this story, I must at least be smoking a cigarette. You see, I am very fearful about what's happening to current whistleblowers in our government, and I am one myself. The most significant one I've ever done was during the 2016 election. I was gaslit and intimidated because I had learned about the Trump campaign in 2013. A coworker of mine was communicating with WikiLeaks, and she told me that my town of Oxford, Alabama, would be passing a trans bathroom ban. I'm like, what trans pussy? And she said it would come up around the same time as the election. Same for the Confederate monuments. This was the Republicans and the Russians working on the division, politics, no real substance, but emotion. And what we got was a lot of information that had nothing to do with policy, and we can't be distracted like that again. What I learned from my experience is that these people spread conspiracies against everyone, Bush, Clinton, everyone, but not Trump. Everyone but him, the guy who partied with Epstein until they were senior citizens. They claim Hillary Clinton's a part of that cabal when he's the one bragging about grabbing him by the pussy. And this is stuff she told me. They were vetting him, wanting to know my opinion. Knew I lived in Alabama, knew he'd pick sessions, asked my opinion on Luther Strange and Doug Jones, even asked if I've ever met Doug Jones's gay son. And it gets worse. They had a Charlottesville type situation planned here. Said my youth minister, now city councilman who did the Target trans ban, was part of the deep state, was behind conversion therapy and all kinds of things to try to make me angry, but I knew him well. Didn't really believe the Hillary stuff, but I don't know her enough to, say something. But for the people I knew, I started talking back, and their agenda began to change. They wanted Nielsen tests. They were looking for a lot of things, but they prefer trolls, amplifiers, lone wolves, especially if the story is around the election and it benefits Trump. But the Russian goal is different than the Republicans. They would like us to kill each other. That is a goal, not something they're trying to avoid. All these trade wars hurt us and help our Russian competitors. When he attacks fake news and gives Putin's credits, he gives them license to kill their, journalists. He overlooks Saudis killing their journalists and then claims they need our help defending oil because they buy billions of dollars of army stuff from us. And they have the weaponry. We won't sacrifice any lives for the people who financed 9/11. I don't care how many people Trump sells in his hotel room. No matter how many Saudis own the 45th floor. I don't care if they own every floor. They are not American. Trump's not either. She told me that I had a missionary uncle working overseas for the CIA. And my uncle did get kicked out of Venezuela, accused of proper capitalist propaganda. And I asked him the scripture, and it wasn't scripture. He just said if they redistributed wealth, the rich would get their money back. And that's the essence of the Bible. Much like how slavery was and all this other stuff, the Southern Baptists rewrite the Bible for their own purposes. I've been told things, the same kind of BS she was spreading by Trump himself, like the conspiracy he put out about Hillary Clinton, even though he's in charge of the prisons where Epstein died. Again, this woman was pushing this stuff a lot. It made me wonder because the Russians, like when they poison somebody, they say, oh no, it was somebody else. It seems to be Trump's weakness, or the Russians seeing Russian mail order brides. Most of his immigrants are in Moscow, teen pageant. It's one of the places where he was bragging about watching underage girls undress, and he could have, done more than just watch girls pee on the bed Obama slept on during his Kremlin visit. And unlike with Obama, there's no transparency and nothing comes out of the deals except Trump Tower, Moscow, maybe sending some of our own people to Russia to be interrogated or killed, like Kislyak. Like, he's a full blown traitor. I am highly intelligent. I understand these things. I have a degree in social work. They're trying to use de facto segregation and other things to make it seem like white people were trying to kill black people. Like, they have all these things for gay people. They want to say we make up less 1%, like trans, so we can be ignored. They have a white nationalist agenda. Stop listening to Fox News. They spread it. But if you are conservative, I would say, watch daytime Fox and none of the Brett Bar or alt right. Like, you're not learning. And that's what they want. They want you to feel like, oh, you don't know shit, so people should be up in Washington throwing shit on things you don't know, which is everything. And then Trump can just, steal and, sell our national interests to Russia. And you'll say, oh, well, the Democrats do that too, with no fucking evidence, just hate. Let go of hate, let God in, let reason in, and repent of Trump. Because he is a terrorist. He might not leave willing in January 2021. And then it may get a little dirty. And you don't want to be on the cult side. I promise you that.